How's it going, guys? I'm going to teach you a quick method to tracking the Elder Dragon footprints. You gain access to the Elder Dragon quests right after you slay Nergigante. You find out that there are more Elder Dragons that you need to track. So I've been watching some videos and I wanted to get the word out because it seemed very interesting to me, so I wanted to make a video on it as well, to tracking the footprints for the Elder Dragons. So basically what you're going to want to do on each of these is you're going to have to go to 3 different locations: the Ancient Forest, Wildspire Waste, and the Rotten Vale. Right now I'm going to the Rotten Vale because I'm going to be tracking the Elder Dragon Valhazak. Basically what you're going to want to do is travel to Region 11 if you have the camp unlocked, because the Region 11 is going to be the main place to go. Region 11 has one form of mucus, carcass, any of that, and 2 footprints in each region. So I'm going to show you where the 2 footprints are, and then for this instance, flesh pile from Valhazak. So right now we're going to be doing this method over and over again. It's way more convenient than actually running around the map for 30-40 minutes trying to find footprints. This method the video is 15 minutes long, probably took about 12-13 minutes to do. It's very easy, it's a fast method, it gets the tracks tracked very fast. It's just somewhat tedious. It's not bad, it's pretty easy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and walk you guys through this. We're gonna fly to the Camp 11 on the Rotten Vale, because this is the part where you are going to be tracking Valhazak. So we're going to fly in right here and go ahead and proceed down the cliff. Just be aware that Odegaron patrols to the left. We're going to be going to the right. So right now we're going to run and jump off this cliff and head right into this cavern to the right. But just be aware that Odegaron is to the left. You'll see as soon as you spawn in this camp there's already blue scout flies, which I figured would be right underneath me. There's Odegaron to the left, so just stay to the right and try not to interact with him because we all know how aggressive he is.
You think this was made by the Elder Dragon?
And then those blue scout flies I was getting underneath me were because of this flesh patch right underneath here, so go ahead and run right until you find it. Old tainted flesh. So we're going to go ahead and gather this evidence, open up our map, head back to the research center, and then just repeat this process over and over again until we have found all evidence we need for Valhazak. And then in and out of these loading screens I'll be telling you some interesting things I've been learning about reading on Valhazak. If you've never fought him before, some of the things about him is that he is weak to fire, dragon, and ice. So if you have Rathalos, Raytheon weapons, Raytheon's mainly poison, Rathalos does fire. If you have any of the Nurgle weapons, like the Nurgle Reaver, any of that you get from Nergigante, those weapons are effective because of the dragon damage. And then Legiana's weapon, which I mainly use, is the Glacial Arrow 3, which is Legiana's bow. It causes ice damage. So I have all those weapons ready to go for him. A lot of things you want to remember too is to make sure that you want to be bringing some antidotes for this fight against him, because Valhazak, when he flaps his wings, creates toxic clouds, which is, if you don't know, when you're in the Rotten Vale, it's called the effluvium bacteria, which is that orangish yellow cloud you get around yourself while you're in the Rotten Vale that causes your health to decrease. It's caused by just like the dirty, filthy bacteria from the decaying monsters to bring your health down. So when he flaps his wings, he basically kicks that stuff up, and it causes to drop your health. So some of the main things you do want to use on Valhazak, like I was saying, is the most effective possible thing you can use on him is Fire and Dragon. The three other effective ones you can use on him is Ice, Blast, and Stun. Things that don't really work on him are Thunder, Paralysis, and Sleep and Poison. And water definitely does not work on him. So if you have a water weapon, do not use water on him. So we're gathering more of those tracks. We're just going to keep repeating the process. Sometimes those tracks won't pop up, but just assume that you know, just kind of memorize where they usually are. I was just going to go up here and mine some of this stuff real quick, just to get a couple materials, and then I'm going to come back down here and get more of that flesh. And we're going to return to the research center, and then back and forth, back and forth. So if you think you got this down, you can just go ahead and continue either watching or go ahead and skip forward a couple minutes. But for those of you that still would like to know more information about Hazak and want to just, you know, kind of chill out, watch this video, if you still need to learn this method, then go ahead and keep watching. You'll see farther in this video that the footprints and the actual flesh switch spots, so that'll happen sometimes to where you'll think, oh, there's only one print, but you kind of got to move a little further to find the other two prints. There'll always be 3 prints at region 11 on any map: region 11 in the ancient forest, region 11 here on the rotten vale. So just continue doing that.
Dragon evidence.
It's a very simple process. It takes about 5 times. If I started at 0 so I could show you guys, so I had no investigations done on him. I wanted to make this video for you guys because I had already started the investigation on Kushala, which is the wind dragon, the dragon of the winds. In this game, Kushala's said to have been able to control the wind. It's basically like the god of wind. He was a very hard elder dragon to fight. I mean, he wasn't hard, but he's very annoying using his tornadoes. Towards the end of fighting him, when he brings you back to his nest, he causes 2 tornadoes around him that just swirl and basically makes it more inconvenient for you to actually kill him. But like I said, I had already had research progress on Kushala, so I thought that there would be no point in showing you. I kind of wanted to show you a fresh footstep investigation with Hazak. So basically after this video, it took me about 5 times of doing this back and forth, to the Rotten Vale, back to the Research Center, to the Rotten Vale, back to the Research Center 5 times, and that completed the investigation for Val Hazak. It's kind of interesting too, because I mean, I've just been reading about a lot of these monsters, and I kind of want to like talk to you guys about them because I thought it was actually very interesting. I found some interesting things, not only on Hazak, but Diablos, all these other dragons. But and I thought I'd like to share with you guys. Hazak, the Japanese translation of Val Hazak is actually the corpse coat dragon. That's his title, which makes sense. He's just an elder dragon covered in flesh and corpses, basically. Which I thought was pretty cool. He's also thought to have had like a necromancer-like abilities, because he's been able to bring back Gyros back to life as allies to fight for him, and he also uses to he consumes life force of other wildlife nearby, which forms like a grayish like fog trail. So I mean, I've just been like reading about him. I think the most interesting thing I've actually read is that what I wanted to share with you guys is the Black Diablos, actually. Most people think that, just assume the Black Diablos is a male, but I've been reading, and it actually comes to find out that the Black Diablos is actually what a female Diablos looks like when she's in heat, or when she's pregnant and having other little Diablos babies. So when you're out in the wildlife spire and she's basically kicking Diablos's ass, you know, I kind of feel bad for Diablos because what he has to deal with. So I thought that was very interesting that Black Diablos is actually a female Diablos, and when the females are in heat, they change to that black color. I'm actually pretty stoked too, because I just got a couple days ago got this Nurgle Reaver katana blade, and it is amazing. I'm telling you guys, I really enjoy using the katana. It's a lot of fun to use. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's doing that much DPS, but it's honestly just a blast to use. And I mean, the way the attack styles, it's very hard for monsters to actually hit you or like land a hit on you because of how fast the katana is and how fast you're able to evade with the actual weapon. So I'm going to be using this weapon for Val Hazak, actually, because it's Nergigante's blade, and Nergigante gives you that dragon element to be able to use on elder dragons. So this katana definitely does work on all these elder dragons. So we're basically nearing the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and proceed one more time. I'm pretty sure this is the last time of finding the footprints and all the flesh and all that stuff. So I just appreciate you guys checking this video out. Just make sure to like and share if you think this information was very useful and very helpful, because you're very tired of having to find these tracks. I mean, it makes it a lot easier. 12-13 minutes of just doing this is way easier than 30-40 minutes of running around this map. So like I was saying, these two switched places, so the footprints are actually down here now, and the flesh is actually behind me. So I'm still trying to find this other footprint, but go ahead and move a little bit forward, more, and the blue should pop up, and that's the complete investigation. So I just appreciate you guys for checking out this video, and make sure to just like and subscribe, and just share it if you thought it had some good information. Thanks guys, and be sure to tune in for the next video.